What's going on, good people? It's your boy B3, aka the Kush Motivational Speaker. And you guys know where I am? I'm over here at the Bright Spot. Yes, today is the event of the fall equinox. So if you guys are up for it, you guys come on over here and come check out the displays, man. Come check out the vendors, everything. Because I hope you're ready for the flight. Because I am. I finally got the myth, the legend, and the owner of this beautiful establishment, Mr. Jim Englebright. See?
It's not that hard. No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
So, boss, how did everything turn out the way you expected today?
It did. You know what? Really happy with the turnout. We have a great following. Our community has embraced our new business venture here. So, very happy. Steady growth. You know, things are going good. But you know, it's really about us taking care of the community as well as the community taking care of us, right? So that's what Valerie and I really want to focus on. You know, obviously we have our loyal customer base, right?
Right.
But Val and I are also very passionate about our senior citizens and getting them help and getting them the medicine that they need. As the older you get, the more you realize that, you know, there's things out there in the world that can help you. What really got me looking into the industry was my mother-in-law. When she was at the latter stages of her life, she had an opioid problem. So once they changed kind of the laws and the way that the doctors can prescribe the medicines, there was a gap there that we needed to bridge. And somebody had mentioned to me, like, hey, have you looked into the cannabis industry? So the gummies is what they said, you know, and I know I didn't. So kind of researched, got myself educated a little bit. I went down to Vallejo, right? And so with that, the environment of my first experience was very intimidating. You walk into a room and there's a little window, you know, and people are sitting there all like this, you know, and nobody's talking. And you got to fill out this paperwork, and then they buzz you in. You know, it just felt dirty to me. It really did. So, but back to my mother-in-law, we really found that the gummies helped. More CBD dominant with a little THC in it. It helped her with that gap of every 6 hours, right? So she was taking one every 3 hours, where prescribed 6 hours. So we really helped bridge that gap. So that's really where I got interested in this industry. And then I found out that Fairfield was entertaining dispensary licenses here in Fairfield. So hired a good team, and we went to work, and we were very fortunate to be able to acquire one of the licenses here in Fairfield.
And then, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful establishment. I love this place. And a lot of other people like it because it doesn't remind them of places like they've been to before. Like they said, it's real warm, inviting. Like you said before, there are some dispensaries where literally it's just a door.
Yeah. And that's kind of what. So did a lot of research. Drove around to a lot of dispensaries, you know, because we had a blank canvas. So, you know, we took some advice off of council. I heard what they were saying in their original statements, you know, where they kind of wanted a dispensary, maybe not in the face of their community. So I took that as downtown.
Right.
So we didn't have that. We had some property out here a little way, you know, outside of town. They wanted, you know, local ties, so that kind of fits my deal, right? You know, Valerie and I have been here our whole lives, so we kind of started working it, man. You know, it took a long time. It was very competitive, which is understandable.
Right.
And then so through all of our research, and the safety thing, as everybody can see, we have fences all the way around. The gates close at a certain time. The entrance is actually on the back side of the building, which faces Air Base Parkway, but that was done for the safety of our customer base. So when they pull up in front of our facility, we have windows so everybody can look in and see what's going on.
Right.
That you see that it's active and non-threatening, right?
Exactly.
So that's why we actually kind of put the front of the building on the back. When you drive in, you have to drive all the way to the back of the property, which will deter people. I'm hoping, right. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen. But so the safety part of it was a priority for me, and I felt since I had a blank canvas, we can design the building the way, what we thought. Right. And I had advice from other people that are in the industry as well to help us out. I've really found that this industry embraces anybody. They embrace you, at least they have us. So it's been really a nice experience for us. A little bit about me also. I had a body shop for 19 years that we just recently sold about a year ago, and I've had a towing service for over 40 years. And I've always said, people that come to our dispensary, they're in a good mood, man. They're glad to see me work. Maybe the other ones, they're kind of pissed off at me because I got their car, right? So it's been a really nice change.
A nice good switch for you.
It has. It definitely has.
So being a multiple business owner, I have to ask. So say, what would you say was the most difficult, because I know you usually have a nice months of difficulty, but what would you say there was one that took the cake for you, like, God damn it, type situation?
Well, there's actually more than one. So
I was going to say.
The application process was probably the toughest thing that I ever did professionally, right?
Wow.
Without getting into too much, it's there's some corruption there. There's some favoritisms.
Right.
There's things like that that you got to work through. And frankly, they were only giving out 2 licenses, and you had 12 applicants, so it was very competitive, right? So we had to really, really go to work and do the best we could, which obviously we did a good job. And thank God that the council seen that we are long-time business owners already in this town. Even though we don't have any experience in the cannabis industry, we have a lot of experience in business.
Yes.
So, and that's how I went into it, as this is a business venture for me.
That's right.
Right? So, and now it's becoming a passion for us because we just love the industry. Everybody works with you. Everybody's in a good mood, and it has been a good experience. Second thing that was kind of challenging is on the financial side of things. Being that it's a new industry, it's federally illegal. The banking institutions won't touch you. You can't get funding. So everything that we see here had to be self-funded from Valerie and me. So, we're out of pocket a lot of money just to get in the game.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, but again,
But it's labor of love.
It's a labor of love. It's a family business. My son-in-law is our general manager. Valerie and I work the back. And we have just a very close-knit group of employees that are pro the bright spot. So, that's what we like, and that's what we embrace. All of my businesses that I've ever had, because, I'm the guy, I'm the boss.
You're the boss.
But we try to create a family bond, if you will, with everybody, because everybody matters. Like I've said for years, look, man, we all put our pants on one leg at a time, right? I ain't no better than you. I ain't no better than anybody else, right? I've just had more fortune, right? Because I've been a frugal guy our whole life, and we've always built our businesses. I don't own extravagant stuff. I don't take long vacations. I work. That's what I do. And I take the fruits of my labor and I invest in other things, right? So hopefully at the end of the day, at the end of the game, I got something, But this one here, I'm just excited about the whole industry. You know, there's going to be some big changes coming in the next few years. You know, and we're positioned pretty good. You know, and I think we've built some sustainability in this place, and we're just happy we're here.
Man, it's a blessing. It really has been since you guys have come here, because there's so many people that don't want to have to travel to Dixon, don't want to have to travel to Vallejo.
Yeah.
You're literally, a lot of us, we're right in the middle, right in the heart.
Well, and with that said, you know, it's amazing how the community has embraced us.
Yes.
Right? And it takes, I'm not a very patient guy, you know, so, you know, I want everybody to know right away that, hey, we're here, we're open, where you at? But it just doesn't work that way, right? So we've been open for like 7 months now. We have had a steady customer base. So, you know, we're getting there. But my main objective and goal every day of the week, every day we wake up and go to work, is to make sure that we take care of the customers. Because if you take care of the customers, they're going to take care of you. That's just how it is.
Man, and if that isn't the truth.
Yeah.
And not only that, thank you, my brother. Thank you.
There you go, right?
You see?
There you go, right on.
So the cool thing about this is this gentleman is not scared of little things, let alone he's actually a very big risk taker. What people don't seem to know about this gentleman is that he was a race car driver.
Yeah, we were.
Yes.
We were.
I have to ask, man, how was that?
That was a while ago. Well, not really a while ago. I did it for like, I still go-kart a little bit, but so back in the early 90s and all the way through the, probably 2006, 2007, did the NASCAR stuff, kind of traveled all over. Y'all might have heard of Jelly Belly Candy Company.
Of course.
So the Jelly Belly Candy Company sponsored us for probably 12 years. And then Federated Auto Parts jumped on board and helped us out for a couple of years as well. So had a lot of fortune.
Whoa.
Got to travel the country a lot. I got to drive for a couple of NASCAR big cup teams, you know, as a what do they call it, hired gun, you know, type thing.
Sure.
So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a good time in my life. We had a lot of fun, but, you know, it's just like anything else. You know, when you're on the other side of the fence, it looks glamorous, but when you're working, it's a job. You know,
It's just like a job.
You know, you got 15 people that you're responsible for. You got a transporter that you got to get, you know, to the racetrack. You got cars that you got to prep. So it's you know, it's fun, but it was also a lot of work. But it also taught me work ethic, and it also taught me how to. I don't want to call it negotiate, but work in the corporate world. Right. Because I was always chasing money, so I was always putting together portfolios, you know, performance portfolios, demographics, stuff like that, you know, for our potential sponsors. So that introduced me into that, which actually helped us in the cannabis industry when we started doing our business model for the application process.
Yeah, because you didn't retire not that long ago, though, right?
No.
It's only been like
COVID actually retired me.
I was going to say this. Yeah, don't let this man fool you. He didn't. He could actually get back, like you say, go karts. But I could guarantee if he really wanted to, he could get back in that bad boy and go crazy.
No, we can still do it.
See, I told you.
But right now I'm focusing on, you know, the bright spot, right?
But I guarantee. So working in that gave you the building blocks to be able to go further with your other business ventures.
Yeah, well, you know, the racing thing was a side business for us. It actually started as a hobby and then turned into a business, right? As soon as you take corporate money, they own you, right? So, you know, you're going to car shows, you know, display, you know, you got a show car you're taking. You know, I've been all the way to Chicago at a conference, and we brought our show car all the way to Chicago.
Damn.
So it's a job also, but you know, my towing company, Roadrunner Towing, we've had for 40 years. I started that when I was 18. So my dad always laughs and says, you know, he's never had a job. Well, that's true. I guess that's true. You know,
It's like you do what you love. You don't work a day in your life. They say.
That's what they say. So yeah, so it's been a nice venture, and then my wife and I, my wife of 40 years as of tomorrow.
Beautiful.
September 25th.
That's beautiful.
has been with me from day one. You know, and I cannot give her enough accolades. Valerie is that, you know, she grounds me, if you will.
Yes.
Keeps me going the right direction. She's very stable, and I don't want to stable is the right word. I'm not unstable. No, I'm just kidding. But she does the books for everything.
Right.
Right. So I trust her. She trusts me. You know, she does the bookkeeping part of it. I do the kind of whatever else needs to be done.
Hey, partnership.
Yeah, it is a partner.
Heck yeah,
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah,
and that's
for
the
sure.
best thing about it is of 40 years. I'm going on 6. So
Yeah, boy.
you
Hey,
know,
40 will be here before you know.
may I ask, is there any advice you can give me?
Well, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. You got that rule number 1, dude. Rule number 1. And always remember, rule number 2, you're always wrong. So that's just the rule.
I'm slowly learning that one. I'm slowly learning that one, but
I was a slow learner too, man. Don't feel bad. I think all of us are.
I don't think you're kidding.
I'm not.
Because that's the same message I get from everybody.
See, it never fails.
For sure. For sure.
So you are pretty much the model of entrepreneurship. So I have to ask you, boss, is there any advice you can give to any of the younger entrepreneurs out there or people just starting up?
Well, you know, yeah. The younger guys, and trust me, man, I was part of that game too. You want it now, you want it right now. You know, you want to be successful and you want to make all your money right now. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works. You know, you have to earn your way. You know, like I said, I still have my towing service after 40 years, and that has that's really been a challenging industry as well. It's just, you know, man. Okay, so find your passion, find your love. Go. Well, I don't know, man. That's fine. I understand that, you know, to be happy and centered and all that. But, you know, the reality of it is, man, we all, unfortunately, the way this world's structured, we have to make money to be able to afford the things that we want. Like I said earlier, Valerie and I have sacrificed a lot. I mean, we got to do the race and all that, but corporate America paid for that.
Right.
Right. Jim Engelbright didn't.
Right.
Couldn't have been in that game at all. I mean, that's just honesty.
Got you.
But, you know, I'm building for my retirement. So you pick like a police officer, fireman, all those guys, you know, they have retirement, right? So they took a different path, which is awesome. My retirement is my investments or the decisions that I've made,
right?
Either good or bad, right? So that's what I'm working for, is for me, you know, later in life when I decide to retire, that I have enough sustainable income to support, you know, my lifestyle. So, you know, if I was to give advice, stay with it. You have to. It's the long game. You got to play the long game. You know, unless you hit the lottery or you're just one of those geniuses, you know, that figure it out. Because that ain't me. I graduated from Army Ohio, class of '79, and that's as far as I went. But thank God, my daughter graduated from Cal Berkeley, and my wife went in '16, I think, and graduated from UC Davis. So I've got 2 college-educated gals to help keep Dummy here, you know, going the right direction.
Yay! See, he's covered. You guys don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
You're covered.
I'm good. No, we're good. And again, it's support, man. You know, it takes a village, right?
Yeah.
And especially this industry right here, everybody in this industry knows Jim Engelbright doesn't come from this industry. And again, they've embraced me because of my business model, right? And the people that I've surrounded with me, my team, everybody, has supported me and helped me be successful. So I'm kind of a pay it forward guy. I'm not that guy that says, hey, I'm going to hoard everything I make, and then when I die, you can get it. Nah, man, you know, my family and friends, you know, it's like, hey, let's enjoy this as well, you know. Within limitations. I gotta be but
gotta be respected. Gotta be responsible.
Exactly. We still got bills to pay.
Exactly.
You know? Right. But like I said, you know, if things keep going the way we're going, you know, which I don't see why it wouldn't, we're gonna be here a long time. I don't plan on going nowhere.
Oh, that's you. I don't think anybody around us wants you to go anywhere.
There's no worries there, and I appreciate the support that the community and everybody, the staff and everybody's given me, and the accolades. But I'm not that guy, I mean, the proof's in the pudding, if you will. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I like that though.
Small ego, I guess, when it comes to this.
No, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Very humble. I'm very humble, knowing that I can't do this by myself.
You say teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right. Absolutely. That's a good one. I like that. I like that. That's
yay.
good.
See, this dude is so dope. So I want to say again, thank you, boss, for giving me your time, man. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys.
And also, make sure to give this man a congratulations because he also is a new grandfather.
I am.
Yeah, so y'all make sure to
my daughter my daughter and son-in-law had a baby girl.
Yes.
So she's right at a month old right now. So
pretty little thing too.
She's a cutie.
I tell
of course,
them all the time.
we're biased. I mean, what the heck? So.
Just might be a tad biased.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Little bit. That's cool.
Thank you again, boss.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Of course. So get this. I actually have somebody very important who I've been trying to get a hold of. And not only that, he's the one that actually gave us the opportunity to come up here today. Please, boss, tell them who you are and what you do.
I am Brett Forty. I'm the buyer for the Bright Spot. I've been doing this for 6 months since we opened pretty much. So just been given an opportunity to be in a great place, working with some great people and having some great management people to put around us to make events like today happen.
Well, did the event turn out like you expected today?
I'd say, we'll see at the end of the day. This morning turned out just as expected, where we have the full block party basically getting lined up in the morning. So, they showed up earlier this time for sure.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And was there particular with all the deals that they had going on today, was there a deal that you yourself was eyeing the most?
The preferred deal for sure. Dave pulled up today, which not a lot of growers pull up. We had a couple of growers pull up today, Radical Herbs and Dave from Preferred Gardens, and then Daniel from Radical Herbs. Daniel's been up on the hill in Mendocino for a while and working his ass off, and it's about harvest season. He found time for us today to come down. And then Dave's got from Preferred, has grows in Florida, Michigan, California.
Oof.
Yeah, so he's all over the place. He doesn't come out very much, but he showed up for us today, so that was really cool of him too.
Thank you, Preferred, for showing up and giving us some love, man. Mm-hmm. It's always needed.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in cannabis just in general?
I've been dabbling since college, obviously I smoked before that in high school and whatnot, doing the wrong things all the time, but in college we ended up kind of getting into the growing, found popping seeds out of bags and doing attic grows and all sorts of stuff. Jacob put his foot through the ceiling of our first grow in an attic in college. So it's been pretty crazy with how I came up, but it's just been growing weed to make money. Growing weed to make money, and I'm a big outdoor regenerative guy, and that's kind of how I try and grow too. But so yeah, that's just what I've been doing, and been in and out of dispensaries, since 215 days.
See, man, so, knowledge.
yeah, try to. Yeah, learn lots every day though from all sorts of people like you, everybody in the crew. It's crazy how much you can learn from different people. You just got to take every bit of knowledge that you can and do what you can with it. So it's cool to be working with you guys, and it's an honor to work with people like you to have that and this kind of enthusiasm for the plant that we all fucking love.
Oh man, it's easy to bounce off energy when it's getting brought back to you. You know what I mean?
For sure. It's a fun place to fucking work, man.
And what would you say is your favorite so far? I know you've had a lot.
As far as flower and stuff?
Flower-wise, who would you say?
Dude, okay, so...
Because you've had a nice selection.
Yeah, for sure. So, I've got... I'd say, and I can almost... It's perfectly tiered, too. So, I have my Radical Herbs, Madrone, basically. Right. Anything from Madrone. Most of it's regenerative cannabis, which it's grown the right fucking way. It's got sun-grown. All the inputs are put on, basically everything is done in the farm. There's no bottled nutrients. There's not a lot of amendments coming in. They do everything themselves. It is all from the farm put back into the farm. So Radical Herbs, Sun Roots, those guys are doing things really, really well as far as growing. Then you go jump up a tier and you're in Preferred Gardens. He's got greenhouses out in winters that are just crushing. Every batch that comes out, no matter how hot it is outside, he's got state-of-the-art shit going on out there, and he is 100% involved all the time. And then you go up one more, and we just brought him in, the No-Till Kings.
Ooh, yeah, baby. Them no-tills.
Those guys are growing living soil indoor down in Long Beach, and they're crushing it, man. They put out some great flower this year, and we're gonna keep getting some fresh batches. So
if I recall, was no-tills is the one that actually has no-till soil, correct?
Correct. So it's all living organic soil indoors. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds, all grown. They do HPS and LED, and then they also but then they're running experiments with the living soil, but it's all living soil.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So it means we're getting the most organic as possible.
As possible for an indoor setting, for sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's kind of a cool thing. There's obviously stipulations to all of it, but if you're trying to do the best you can, you can't grow weed outside in Long Beach, so they're doing as best they can with what they got.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd say those are my top three: the Radical Herbs, Madrone, Preferred Gardens, and your No-Till Kings.
Yeah, baby. So I must ask you, because now you have a decent green thumb on you. So is there any advice you could give to any rookie growers out there right now that's they're trying to at least keep something alive?
Right. Don't get into the bottled nutrients game. Stick to your dry amendments and talk to the people. Start outside. I mean, if you want to go indoors, follow a program. Just talk to your people at your hydro stores. They have the best knowledge. And if you kind of follow a pattern and don't get into the big sparkly bottles, it's all the same stuff in a bottle.
Oh.
It really is. It's all marketing and fancy labels. So just keep it simple. Always keep it simple. People get outside of it. Don't get too big too early. Grow one plant. Grow 4 plants. Try and grow 10, 12. I did all that the wrong way. Try and get too big, and you just end up crushing your dreams because you got all these plants, just burning money. So
just burning them down.
Yeah. So that's my biggest advice. Keep it simple. Talk to people. Take advice. That's what I mean. And you'll learn from your mistakes quickly.
As we all do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Of course, anytime, Brandon. Thank you so much, man.
Of course. See, I finally got him.
Thank you guys for coming out today.
Of course. Thank you for giving me your time.
Absolutely, man.